好，各位现场的长官贵。
Good afternoon, honored guests and online audience members. I'm Maggie, your host for today's forum. Welcome to the grand finale of the Taiwan Design Week Trend Forum. And we have had 6 forums this week, featuring over 40 speakers from around the world. Today, we will delve into the innovations and challenges of AI adoption in the corporate world, echoing the theme of this year's Taiwan Design Week, Gateway. We're honored to have many corporate representatives with us to share their insights, and I'm confident that the upcoming discussions will be both engaging and inspiring. Now, let us welcome the Vice President of Taiwan Design Research Institute, Mr. Lin, to say a few words to kick off today's event. Distinguished guests and all the participants from AI-related communities and participants joining us on site and online. Welcome to today's forum. Despite the low temperature, we have all shown up for today's session, and thank you for joining us on a Sunday and taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. The AI adoption in the corporate world has been one of the hottest topics this year. The Taiwan Design Week was launched last year, and this year we are celebrating our second anniversary. And the topic of focus this year is the innovations and challenges in the use of AI. We hope to inspire ideas and spark more innovative approaches when it comes to the use of AI in the domain of design. And today, we will be joining this forum featuring the movers and shakers of the industry. They will talk about the integration of AI in various aspects, not just to enhance our work efficiency, but to lower our carbon footprint. They will also talk about, in the process of image generation and all the different processes of design, how AI can be adopted in the different steps. And other speakers today will also talk about how AI will help us engage in ideation and brainstorming processes more effectively. Our speakers today represent different aspects and domains of the design community. They are the cream of the crop in terms of AI adoption in the corporate world, so we look forward to their presentation today. Now we will invite our speakers to join us on stage for group photo shooting. Now please help me welcome the president of the Taiwan Design Research Institute, Professor Cho from the Department of Architecture, Tonghai University, Mr. Yu Hao Chu from Pega Design, and Rita Liu, Gem Motion AI, and Professor Kun Gern from the Kongkian University, as well as the head of R&D of Taiwan Design Research Institute, Mr. Hong. Thank you for joining us in group photo shooting.
的贵宾要来跟我们分享，那大家呢，邀请你们一起看向前方的摄影机。Everyone, let's look to the front. All right, 1, 2, 3. 好 ，one more. OK, thank you very much. 谢谢贵宾。那请大家带着你们的手举牌，我们回到座位上。那接下来我们要跟全场的与会者一起来拍一张大合照，所以也邀请我们的摄影师来到舞台。好，那稍后呢，没有拿手举牌的贵宾呢，我们请大家一起来比摄影院的 D 手势。所以请大家呢，右手比 I， 左手比 C， 合在一起会变成一个 design 的 D。好，那拿着手举牌的贵宾呢，就请大家帮我们保持笑容，然后手拿手举牌咯。好，我们看向摄影师。Everybody ready? Yeah, with the D for design. All right. 好 ，one more. 好，谢谢。Once again, thank you very much. 好，再一次感谢今天的贵宾，还有各位与会者哦。那接下来呢，我们也要马上的开始今天。
We're going to begin today's forum. As you know, AI is a very hot topic recently, and it's also the theme for this year's Taiwan Design Week. We're going to talk about the innovation and challenges in enterprise AI implementation. Now, let me invite the moderator and consultant for Taiwan Design Week, Professor Cho Hao-Xiu of Tonghai University, to say a few words. Dr. Zhang, Deputy President of TDRI, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am a professor of architecture at Donghai University. I'm Cho Hao Xiu. You might wonder why a professor of architecture is here to moderate this session. But actually, 20 years ago, I was among the first generation who adopt digital technology in design and architecture. And recently, I also introduced AI and digital technology to our firm, architecture firm, in real estate. I'm very happy that I can come here and chair this session. But we are looking forward to the great presentations about AI later today. As you can see, the curator, Zong Yanxie, for this Taiwan Design Week, have done a very good job. You can see these great AI application in our galleries. You will also be able to find ideas and discussions on AI and its impact on social and on our society and on culture. So you will also find how the people in the enterprise, in the business community, are using AI and developing our future. Well, indeed, AI, when it's introduced to the enterprise, plus innovation in design and strategic business strategy, well, all of these are great tools that we're using, and of course, AI technology is very important. It is among the 24 technology for general purpose. What are the technology for a general purpose? Well, the discovery or invention of fire and writing, and for agricultural society, and power generation, or a telephone for the industrial revolution, and then all of these have created the disruptive changes in human lives. But today we have computing power, big data, and algorithm, and altogether they have made the age of AI a reality of our times. And of course, we need to keep up with the latest development. Taiwan is at the center of such development, and Taiwan is not only providing the hardware required for AI development. We also hope that we can create more value for the industry. So maybe we can do more in terms of design and innovation and software. But we have 3 representatives from the industry and one from the academia circle who will give presentations later. We have Cho Yu Hao from Pega Design, and we also have Jim Lin of Leotech and Rita Liu of Winking Studio. They are going to share with us how AI helps in innovation and increase value. For instance, AI for the intelligent system, for smart city development, and AI for the gaming industry. And we are also honored to have Professor Temret from the Kung An University. His field is in economic and international trade law. This is very important for the future development of AI. So he's going to share with us his insight on the future challenges and impact of AI. And I'm quite looking forward to these presentations. So without further ado, I'm going to hand the microphone to our host and later the speakers. But thank you.
邀请到的就是和硕。
Now we will proceed with the first presentation this afternoon. Please help me welcome Mr. Cho, Design Supervisor, Pega Design. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yu Hao Chu from Pega Design. I would like to talk about how the emergence of AI has affected the designers' work processes and the different approaches when how we are adopting AI in the corporate world. A quick introduction to Mega Design. You have all heard of Mega Design. In fact, we are a design group within the Pegatron Corporation, headquartered in Taipei, Taiwan. We have been commissioned to offer comprehensive product development services, including market research, conceptualization, product design, spanning from car electronics to VR goggles, just to name a few. We also develop our own design projects, meaning that we have to deal with a wide range of diverse customer needs as well as design demands, which necessitates the use of a wide array of tools to optimize our work process. We also work with major tech companies. We specialize in design, development, as well as manufacturing as a result. When it comes to AI adoption and application, we often talk about two different keywords. One is digital twins, and the other is AI agents. So we talked about the fact that from design to research to manufacturing, we specialize in all the three different areas. So we really focus on using digital twins application and related technologies, whether it's in the simulation stage or in the prediction stage, and to predict potential issues and problems, which would then in turn greatly enhance the efficiency of R&D. And today I want to talk a little bit more about the design process that we adopt. I know that there is a wide range of AI tools out there, from Adobe, which many of us use, to AI-generated websites, to all the different videos and images that AI regenerative tools could help you with. So a lot of people ask, will designers still be needed for the future job market? And some of our clients ask that now even your proposals are generated by AI, so maybe you can shorten your work process, maybe we can hire less people. So is that true? And Dr. Chi from Google DeepMind once said in a podcast, just as pilots and flight attendants emerged with the invention of airplanes, new professions may arise with the development of AI. We use a lot of AI tools as AI agents or AI assistants. They do research for us, translate for us, and come up with reports and papers for us and looking for information for us. When AI is treated as our work partner, it unlocks unlimited possibilities. AI to execute tasks for us. AI can also engage in knowledge management and inspiration, assistance, in addition to document generation, such as generating words, text, images, or even videos. So How can AI assist our design process? So from a industrial designer's perspective, this is my answer. AI can be used to assist the design direction definition stage, in addition to research and brainstorming. Appearance and form design, CMF, color, material, and finishing design, and color plan. And in the end, AI could also help us with storytelling and demonstration. While I was a student, my professor always said, a good design is, at the end of the day, a solution that addresses an issue that we face. So sometimes when you're only focusing on the pain point, your perspective can be quite narrow. So when you are designing your direction, you can actually use Mixed Panels Spark, which is a platform. It uses AI-driven analytics to track product performance, metrics, and identify areas for optimization. Now, let's say you have already identified the direction for optimization. The next thing you'd want to do is to create a survey to collect more information. Then you can use a STAR question, which is a Poland-based AI-generated survey creator. You can use it to help you generate the survey, and because this STAR question uses algorithms to optimize survey structure, question phrasing, and response options. And then you can also use the VAS, which is a heat map tool using Auto simulate how people see a website's layout, and then you could also gather information regarding the hot topics. Now, let's say you have already identified the direction of your design. You are at the second step, research and brainstorming. Sometimes this could be a very time-consuming and very effortful stage. So mind mapping and brainstorming collaboration platforms could really come in handy. Here I'm showing you the different tools that really could enables you to engage in online collaborative work. See, here we have collaborative whiteboards that can handle virtually anything a traditional whiteboard could do, such as tracking notes, taking notes, and drawing flow charts, converging ideas, and optimizing the brainstorming process. Now we have arrived at the third stage, which is appearance and form design. In this stage, many tools can be employed. AI not only could build the 3D structure or the form for you, it could also calculate how you could reduce the use of materials while enhancing the structural integrity and performance. And now we are on to the fourth stage, which is CMS, CMF, and color design. And I think this is the stage where you really need to bring together the virtual and the reality world. So we have a CMF lab on the left-hand side, and it comes up with this Korean company, CMF lab, comes up with a different library of colors and textures, and you can mix and match. So it's very realistic, and it presents everything from a first-person perspective. So for CMF designers, you could use this to visualize the texture, the color plan, as well as the many different aspects of your final product, the color, the material, the finishing. I will be able to talk a little bit about the details regarding tools like that. And if you would look at the upper right corner, it is called Prompt Tag by a UK Royal College of Arts graduate, Feng. He uses AI to digitally interact with real material. So he would be then placing the sensor on top of either fur or leather or other types of materials. And then they would then be able to transpose the material on top of the destination, on top of the target object, bridging digital and physical realms in the creative process. And at the bottom right corner, we have a tool invented by a Germany-based sensor intelligence, new CSS color sensor company. It's a high resolution tech capable of distinguishing color nuances that may challenge human perception. So essentially what this company came out with is a color sensor. It's capable of discerning color gradients, multicolors, and textured surfaces that the unaided human eyes are not able to achieve. So all of these tools can be very helpful for the CMF design and color plan design. Now on to the fifth stage, storytelling and demonstration. Sometimes you feel like your template for demonstration or proposal can be a little bit cliched. So you would need new help or new perspectives and fresh ideas from such as Kai, all the different platforms for creatives to find inspiration and collaborate. At the end, I really want to talk about the challenges and the opportunities we face today. Sometimes people ask, can AI be sued? What about the intellectual property rights related to AI-generated content? And I think this is an area that designers must really pay attention to. And another aspect is how you use the information or the products that AI provides to you. Sometimes AI comes up with a really attractive image, but you're not able to, or you overlook the importance of making the right decision and to determine whether that's really the image that's suitable for the project. So you will have to be. It will be essential to have a clear design intent, a sense of ethics, and to keep a close watch on the impact that AI created design outcomes are making. So, and I think in the future, you will need to be able to communicate clearly and in order to give the right prompts to AI. So all of this requires visual literacy and the ability to break down in linguistic terms exactly what you hope to achieve. And you also need to design intentionally, maintaining a clear focus on user needs and design goals. I want to talk about the little booth that we have set up in the Taiwan Design Week this week. So I talked about the CMF lab. So we have combined the fun aspect of a fortune telling with the CMF lab. So if you have time, make sure you swing by to check out our latest invention. Thank you. And with that, I conclude my presentation. So thank you very much. Yu Hao Chu from Pega Design. Thank you for sharing your insights on the opportunities and design challenges for designers today. Next, please help me welcome Jim Lane from Leotech.
Dr. Zhang, President of the TDRI, Deputy President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, I am the Marketing Director of Leotech. My name is Jim. As Deputy President mentioned earlier, today the weather is pretty cold. I've been talking with my friends because the weather is very cold, we often would just send greetings to our friends and say that we need to keep warm, put on more clothes. But not only that, I think when you chat with your friends might say that it's rare to have the temperature drop to this low temperature environment. Well, you might think that it's you might think about the old days and say that the weather, the climate is changing and it's colder than before, and in summertime it's hotter than before. Well, global warming is a true issue, and it has an impact on all of us, especially on traffic. Well, for traffic transportation, well, In terms of CO2 emission, transportation accounts for 28% of the global CO2 emission, and most of these come from the vehicles waiting for traffic lights. But why do they need to wait for traffic lights? Well, that's the efficiency problem of traffic, and that's traffic congestion that contributed to such CO2 emission. And altogether, that's more than 30 million of CO2 annually, and that's almost one rainforest. That's the size of Taiwan offset carbon emissions. So if we want to offset such carbon emission, we need to have one rainforest, and that's the size of Taiwan. Well, going forward, climate change will be even more drastic. I was talking with Dr. Kun from Thailand, and he told me that the lowest temperature in Thailand is perhaps like 19 degrees Celsius. And so global warming is a true issue. And so I want to that's why I want to talk about how we use AI to solve the efficiency problem, safety problem, and the infrastructure for autonomous vehicle going forward. So, traffic. This is the traffic problem we have now. I'm sure you encounter this every now and then during rush hour or during the concert. Like Jay Joe just gave a concert in this area. I didn't buy a ticket to go to that concert, but I was in a neighboring area, so I was caught in this traffic jam myself. And it's also very easy to find such traffic accidents. We hear about this every now and then from news coverage. So these are the tragedies that we face because of traffic. And how about autonomous vehicles? Well, there are many sensors on these vehicles because they are for the safety of the passengers. But infrastructure is the last mile. You need to have the sensors sending data to the architecture, the infrastructure, and the infrastructure sending data back. So, because you cannot just rely on the sensors of the vehicle, and there is always 1% chance of a traffic accident. So we need to ensure that it's 100% safe, and infrastructure will be a big help to solve this issue. My company, Leo Tech, is focused on this. But we want to integrate the hardware facility and software. And when I mean software, I mean AI technology and hardware facility like infrastructure, traffic infrastructure. And we need to integrate the AI in the cloud and AI on the edge. And going forward, we were going to see adaptive traffic. Adaptive traffic. What does that mean? Well, in simple words, when you cross the road, the traffic light will know that you're waiting to cross the road, and it will set a reasonable time, like within how many seconds for you to cross the road. And when there's an emergency, they will give you an alert to tell you that here comes a car, and this car is racing at a speed that is threatening to your life if you want to cross the road. So that's adaptive traffic. And of course, it needs a lot of components to make it work. And AI will be a big help because AI learns quickly and the AI can process many data. Within 4 seconds, AI will be able to finish reading all the books in the library. So it's much faster than human beings. So what we want, well, this is our proposition: safer intersections and safer self-driving cars, and improve driving efficiency to reduce carbon emission. These are our propositions. So safety first, and then reduce carbon emission. And let's look at what is the current scenario. What do we have today? Well, we have cameras, wireless routers, radar. They are scattered. These devices are scattered everywhere. For instance, you will find a lot of poor design of these cameras. It's not a comfortable sight. I don't know what you think, but it's not pretty, and we don't know if this can continue. So how about we make our city more beautiful and simplify such devices? Well, this is one of our goals. With so many devices, it also means that we need to integrate all of them. So if there is a problem with one radar or one traffic light, we need to get someone to fix it. And if you are the government, is it better to find 5 or 6 suppliers to solve this problem, or just to find one supplier to solve all of these problems? Of course, it's one supplier is a better solution. So since there are so many issues, so many problems, scattered devices, why not replace them with one device to reduce the cumbersome process, and the government can talk to one vendor to solve all the pain points. So that's the beginning of our design. And with AI, now we have adaptive traffic. Okay, Leotech is proposing this interlocks. This is the name of our product. And interlocks is connected with a traffic light. Well, why do we need this interlocks? Interlocks is here. This one. This looks like a camera. This is interlocks, our product, and it's connected to the traffic light. Because we want to unite and simplify these devices that I mentioned earlier, the cameras, radar, 5G communication modules, and the RSU recording device. So we want to connect all of these. It's an all-in-one design in one box. And we will also have computing on the edge. So that means this device will be able to solve all the problems at this intersection. And when we have these, we can also integrate such data from various intersections and upload these data to the cloud, then you will be able to analyze at one go the traffic problem. And that's what Interlux can do. So this is an all-in-one design. And on top of it, this is good for public infrastructure, because for the government, the first thing is to solve problems, and second, to reduce the cost. So if we can use this to replace existing devices at a lower cost, that's good. Because you can also propose a very good solution which is very costly, which is not affordable, and that's not a feasible solution. That's not good. So when we think about, or when we design this new product, the Interlux, we make it affordable, and it's one all-in-one design to replace all the devices scattered everywhere at a reduced cost. And it's easy to install. It's much easier to install one device instead of 5 devices. And actually, when we install things like this, there is a safety concern, because the construction workers need to go to the traffic light and at congested intersections, and they need to have the road signs to stop the traffic when they install the devices. And if there are 5 devices scattered, then that means you need to stop the traffic for 5 times. So this is much better. It's one solution to replace 5 devices and one installation. And going forward, the maintenance costs and time will be saved. So what can Interlux do? Well, 4 major purposes. The first one is safety. So safety is always paramount. Without safety, we don't need to talk about efficiency. And Interlux can detect the pedestrian and the vehicles and predict the trajectory to avoid the collision. So for instance, one car is driven at a certain speed, maybe very high speed perhaps, and then another person wants to cross the road, we can do a prediction of their trajectory and send alerts to both the pedestrian and the vehicle. So safety is our first concern. And second is self-driving cars friendly. The infrastructure for self-driving cars is very important. You need to have several elements to make it work. And so we need to send signals that can be identified by the self-driving cars, so that the autonomous vehicles will be able to identify such signals and react. And number 3 is improve driving efficiency. So when after these cars receive such signals, then how do we use AI to figure out the frequency of changes of the traffic light, and make sure that these cars can anticipate in what time interval will they meet another traffic light, or at what speed will this car be able to go through the entire pathway with a green light. If you have the experience of driving your own car, you know that if you get a green light all the time, it's a comfortable ride. So with AI, with algorithm, we should be able to find out at what speed this car will get green light all the way. And finally, to reduce carbon emission. For safety, for carbon emission. Okay, and how did we come up with these concepts? What our industrial designers first prepare these drawings, and we want this device is going to be annexed to a traffic light, and it should be able to identify the traffic and give suggestions. So this is what we came up with. So this is a prototype, proposal A. This is like a helmet for the aliens. Yeah, if you saw a movie like that, with LED light and cameras here, and the cap on the top, and the mounting options. Well, they are mounted onto the traffic light. So it's also very important to think about the mounting options. And we had a good discussion with these industrial designers who come up with these proposals. So these are the various mountings. So we thought about where this device would be, and you also, well, in the end, our prototype is the forest light next to the traffic light. And we also had this lighting behavior if this device is flickering, then it means that it's an emergency. So we're looking for a beautiful city with industrial design. That's one of our purposes. And finally, I want to say that Leotech wants to reduce 50% of energy consumption, and we also want to reduce 30% maintenance and labor costs, and finally to reduce 30% of carbon emission for the cities. Well, Leotech is the largest provider of AI traffic operation services in the Americas. We serve over 30 countries and over 300 customers. And we're the largest AI traffic operations service provider in the Americas. And we are also developing more products for a low carbon city, a green traffic, and intelligent traffic system. Thank you for your attention. Yes, thank you, Jim, for sharing with us how AI and innovative technology will help us increase efficiency in transportation and reduce carbon emission. Next, let's welcome Rita of Motion AI to share with us the impact of AI on games.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm very happy to meet you here, and I would like to thank the Taiwan Design Research Institute for the kind invitation. My name is Rita. I will talk about the impact of AI on the game industry, as well as my personal experience, how game developers and business should respond. Although my sharing is more aimed at the game industry, I hope it can also bring some inspiration to creators and designers in other fields. Let me ask you a question. I wonder whether this had ever happened to you. Let's see that you have been waiting for your favorite YouTuber to launch a new video. Sometimes you wait for a week or two. And when they finally update, one video took about 10 minutes to watch. It's over so quickly. Similarly, movies and games franchises are often released in stages with prequels and sequels separated by years. And once they are released, we watch them quickly, all in a short period of time. And the long-awaited AAA game masterpieces, all those large online games, may only keep us awake for a day or two. Sometimes when they launch, the big AAA game companies, when they launch their games online, some people share the secrets of cracking the game as soon as they go online. So has this ever happened to you? So the situation we have here really shows an issue or two issues. Number one, we are becoming less and less patient. And number two, which lies at the heart of our discussion today, which is the speed of new content consumption is much higher than the speed of content production. And in recent years, regenerative AI's advancements are being developed at unprecedented speed. We're all very familiar with ChatGPT and Midjourney. I know that many of you are already using it. And the image generation tools Sora, Runway have also become quite popular and with very desirable and very surprising results. 3D motion generation tools and music generation tools have all seen tremendous progress over the past few years. And then GenMotion AI is actually a 3D motion generation tool based on text-based prompts. And we have a demo booth in the Taiwan Design Week. I hope you can check it out. So as you can see, regenerative AI and its many different tools have made great progress in the past few years. And they are capable of speeding up the production of the speed of content production. In the past, when you want to create a movie or even a micro movie, the processes and the different stages were often quite time consuming. However, with Sora from OpenAI, OpenAI invited 7 artists to use Sora to help them turn their creative ideas into reality without the limitations of resources. And Sora was able to turn the complicated, time-consuming process into a more streamlined and united process. In the past, when creating games, developers go through different stages of game development. Sometimes due to time or resource limitations, you will have to eliminate certain elements in the game in order to launch the game on time. However, NVIDIA has also made some interesting progress. They have developed technology that allows players to directly interact with characters in the game. Not only does this make the game more engaging, it also adds depth to the game. In the past, large language models, LLM, were basically passive, waiting for instructions from the users before taking actions. These models are also subject to more strict specifications and not suitable for game applications. However, things have changed. As a derivative of the large language model, AI agents not only have clear goals, but also have mastered the knowledge required to achieve these goals. Most importantly, these AI agents can act proactively and no longer just wait for instructions. So this makes AI more personalized, and AI is becoming closer or demonstrating behaviors similar to that of humans, which is very suitable for game design. So the AI could play more diverse roles in the game, whether it's as your opponent, a player's opponent, or teammates, enriching the interactive nature of the game. In the past, game design was entirely in the hands of the development team, who used professional skills to create game and then make it available to the players. Although this method ensures the quality and unity of the game, it also limits the space for players to express their personality and creativity to a certain extent. However, with the advancements of AI technology, the development model of games has also undergone fundamental changes. In AI games, players no longer passively accept content. Now they can use their imagination to create unique gaming experiences. This mode makes the player's experience more personal and greatly improves the replayability of the game. In fact, in terms of the development process of games, we've also noticed that there are a lot of applications and different modes of adoption of AI. And we've all seen that many large companies made the news headline because they are replacing many jobs and lay off employees because of AI. Many people ask, will AI replace people? Will AI cause massive layoffs? Now let's look at the evolution of technology. Some old technologies have been eliminated or replaced when new technologies emerge. These technologies only have one single function and will not produce different results due to different people using it. So this type of technology is usually easily replaced. The traditional telephones were replaced by cell phones, and computers were replaced, and the typewriters were replaced by computers. So creative technology can keep pace with the times. Everyone is watching YouTube and short videos, but it does not stop people from going to the theaters to watch movies. And likewise, MP3s, although MP3s are everywhere, vinyl records still have their very strong fan base. So old technologies could coexist with new technologies as they provide uniquely different experiences. And I think this approach could also apply to work. Highly repetitive work that has very few entry barriers, or work that can be executed easily regardless of who does the job, may be replaced by AI. However, work that requires human creativity and decision making are less likely to be replaced. So you can use AI as your beneficial assistant and helping you to complete tasks faster and better. Many people ask, will AI create something out of nothing? Cognitive psychology reminds us that our imagination is limited because it is primarily based on what our brains already know and what our brains have already experienced. In other words, our brains generate new ideas or thoughts by combining existing knowledge with past experiences. And AI also faces the same limitations. It is based on its training data. It cannot be created out of thin air. AI creates content that is similar or identical or based on the material it was trained on. So, AI presents information or outcomes based on its training material. Unless it's a mistake or like an illusion, AI's creativity is limited by the training material, and we must realize that this is what AI is capable of or what it is not capable of. If you communicate your desired results or outcomes to AI in the right way, can it quickly create the results you desire for you? And I think within AI's capabilities, the answer is yes. When you give the AI clear and specific instructions on what you want, it is very likely to use the instructions to create content that meets your expectations. That is why it is important to understand how AI works and its limitations, and learn how to interact with AI effectively. With guidance and training, AI can become your assistant, not an obstacle. Sometimes it can be very frustrating when using AI, or you may spend a lot of time and end up feeling that AI just does not understand what I want. Unlike humans, when we communicate, we use tones of voice, gestures, or even eye contact when communicating. And having a common culture and a common knowledge base can allow others to understand the message you want to convey. But when you communicate with AI and trying to get the AI to understand your point of view, you have to put in more effort, and you may still not get the results you desire. So you need to communicate with AI more effectively. You need to learn the skills to do so. Just like ChatGPT, you cannot use it by entering keywords like you would use a search engine. The main communication method with ChatGPT is, as the name suggests, chat. You must have a conversation with ChatGPT. You have to ask ChatGPT questions and let him ask you a question, and through a back and forth dialogue, in the end, ChatGPT can generate results that would meet your needs. So at this stage, it is important for us to learn different ways to communicate effectively with AI in order to communicate your desired outcome. Now, current AI tools can be described to be a lot like a Swiss knife. AI tools are versatile, but they have their limitations when performing specific tasks. It is important to understand what those tools can or cannot do. CPUs are great for handling complex calculations. On the other hand, GPUs are great for managing large numbers of simple calculations. We need to figure out what tasks AI is good at so we can work with the AI more effectively. Maybe what you're thinking is that since AI is becoming more and more professional, does it mean that the team of designers we need will become smaller and smaller, and we only need to make slight adjustments to the content generated by AI? In fact, this is not the case. We also know that when making movies, film directors pursue quality rather than quantity. They prefer a very accurate result. In filmmaking, those subtle facial expressions or a slight shift in the camera can make the director decide to reshoot. Experienced professionals can quickly correct and implement those changes after a small amount of communication, and this is currently not achievable with AI. With the help of AI, your professional team can be more focused and save more time, and can be more focused and more precise, and spend more time doing better things and making results more polished. So you will need to decide in which domain that the AI will be applied to. Many people still ask, what kind of jobs will be replaced by AI? Yes, layoffs are still ongoing and are to be expected. However, we really need to think about the practicality of applying or adopting a new technology. Let's talk about cloud gaming. It was launched in 2009, but to this day, it is still not commercially viable because it is limited by its cost effectiveness. And let's take a look at yet another example, the supersonic passenger plane. It only takes 3 hours to go from New York to Paris, but why haven't we ever flown on it? Because it is too expensive. So although AI technology can replace human labor, if the cost is too high, it will not be widely used in the market. The emergence of AI has not only benefited large companies. Independent developers and small studios have the opportunity to develop games at a lower cost and could even catch up with in terms of quality and with games or content quality closer to that of large companies. For AAA game companies, AI can better improve efficiency, and these efficiency improvements will be used to improve game quality. A lot of people think that because of this, game companies will be more cost effective and use less money to invest in game development. In fact, this is not true because all companies and individuals still want to maintain a certain degree of competitiveness. So they will be maintaining the same level of expenses or even increase their investment. So the resources will still be kept. The team will not be cut. But what we will see is more innovative, better quality, and more attractive game content. So with that, I would like to end my presentation by saying that despite the impact brought about by AI, we still need to consider its many application scenarios. Mobile phones have replaced traditional phones, but some old technologies still exist today. The most important approach is to spend time getting to know AI, use AI as much as possible. Only by integrating AI tools into your workflow can you take advantage of the benefits that AI tools can bring to you. Don't expect any tool to be in place in one step, supplementing professional knowledge so that you can better control AI. AI is like your hands, and you are the eyes, ears, and the brains and the decision makers of AI. Finally, I want to talk about our product, which is the GenMotion AI. It is a human-centered motion generation AI tools. Its goal is to help designers, content creators to generate 3D animation more effectively. However, the decision making is still lying within the hands of the designers and the human creators. We're not encouraging everybody to use AI to replace their own works. We're asking everybody to consider the possibilities of AI. So with that, I conclude my presentation. Thank you. So thank you, Rita, for talking about AI's profound impact on the video game industry. Rita talked about, is AI a threat, or is AI bringing us more opportunities for collaboration and application? And this forum has brought together experts from different fields. And I think the consensus we have heard so far is that AI is not here to replace humans. It is here to assist humans, and it should be combined with the profound knowledge base of the creators and designers themselves. Coming up next, we have a presentation on innovative protection and challenges in implementing AI in enterprises. Please help us welcome Professor Kroon Gern from Konkien University.
我想说汉语一点点，因为我可以说一点点。
Hi, I can speak a little bit of Chinese. I thought about delivering this presentation in Chinese, but I don't have enough time to practice this, so I'm going to switch to English. Sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will to start to sharing. Yes, in part, the challenge. When we talk about the law, something about the law is the essential boring, right? Because the presentation before me, three of presentation, I have to, when lawyer talk, we talk about the risks, the negative side, and what you can cross the line. So I will to present opposite side. What the law think, what the lawyer think. In the legal profession, we have discussed around the world. We found that the AI is something unpredictable. We cannot forecast it, how it's going. Why we think about it? Because in aspect of law, we think about three things. First, the standard. Second, the right. And the last is human being, right? We think about three things. And then when we go with the standard, every law seems like too slowly. Not say, because the society move forward faster. and then the law have passed. Why we have to do like this? Because if the law or the registration have passed faster, it means that is some people then cannot run on the same, for example, in the AI, they might going to be illegal. So the law have to be slowly. Because we wait until 80% or 90% of people can handle with this situation. The AI is the same. We waited. So let me start. The lawyer, I'm teaching law at university. My specialty is about intellectual property law. And I am the IP lawyer as well. So I'm on the practice. So I have a case that I did it. The first situation, the discretion is very important for the law. If we talk about the standard appropriateness, why I say this? Used to be a case of the Alexa 10 years ago, 10 years old. They asked the AI what is challenge to do. And the happening thing is, okay, you just put the coin into the plug. That's the challenge to do. So in this sample, what it show? It show that the AI is algorithm plus the data. So when the AI plus the data, it means the decision of AI did not contain the culture, the moral, or the ethic. That we have to choose to lay the principle for our society, right? If the judge want to be the judgment, to be the standard of society, we have to think a lot. So in the legal profession, we use AI just as the assistant, but we don't trust it 100%. So this is our mindset, right? And secondly, the sample case is again why we think AI have to use as a tool. Because 10%, when we talk about the criminal block, 10% of AI always say with black man. So it can show that AI have the bias, right? Because what we put data inside, it show. But they don't think about it. There is not empathy gap. So to conclude at my first point, data should be used as a tool, as you mentioned before, especially in the legal profession. And when we talk about the right, it is the highlight, right of the protection, the legal protection. Because of this, mostly you are the designer, right? And you have to know it. If you create the work, you have to be, you deserve a right to be protected. And you can claim it for your benefit. But if you use the AI to comply with your skill, should I have a right on this, or what the law is saying? Have a case. This case is raised in the United States of America. This picture is named A Recent Entrance to Paradise. It's the Stephen Tyler used AI to generate this picture. That AI named Creativity Machine. This case is very famous because Stephen sued the United States copyright officer. Because United States copyright officer claimed that there is no copyright in here because you use AI to prompt only. And there is no any human engagement in this work. And then the Stephen sued to the court. That court laid the principle that if you use AI, you have to show there is human involved. If there is no humans involved in the work, so it's all pan work. It means there is no copyright anymore. So for the designer, I just have a case. The designer come to me and said, okay, Professor Tan, do you think this can I claim the right of law? So you can to describe. You have to give the explanation to me or to the court. You use AI just only prompt. They only have the standard that can ensure you have no copyright based on the USA court. This in the the western part. But on the other hand, we have the eastern part that made the judgment oppositely. Right? That's shown in the eastern part in the China, in the Beijing court. But mostly, sorry. Okay, let's continue. So the point is, the designer, if you can show your thing, your idea, your creativity, and use the tool and show the expression, if you can prove this, it means you have right of protection. But if you just use the prompt of AI without any idea, so there is no protection on this work. It used to be another case that I don't bring, is about the Naruto. I am not sure that you ever heard that. Naruto is a monkey, and monkey selfie. Monkey selfie. And there is a man and come to the zoo and let the camera beside it, and monkey come and take a camera selfie. That picture is very attractive, but it's going to be the issue because everyone wants to claim this picture as well. Do you think have the four person? The first of all, the photographer claim this picture belongs to me. The secondly, Sue claim this picture belongs to me. The third party, the photographer claim this picture belongs to me, and the fourth represent the animal. This picture belongs to the animal. So, do you think that picture belongs to who? Who think is a photographer? Can you show your hand? Photographer? No? Sue? Monkey? Monkey, okay, good. We always say the representative of animal, okay. And the answer is that picture no copyright because it's not provided by a man. There is no anything linked to a man action. But in Thailand, we have the elephant draw picture, right? Everyone used to see, maybe, okay, once day you come to visit Chiang Mai, okay? What difference between the monkey selfie and elephant draw picture? Because the picture that elephant draw, there is a copyright. Because the elephant was trained by human. And then when they want elephant to draw the picture, they do something kind of the sign now. They just touch or do something. It means the human use animal as a tool to provide the work. So copyright belongs to the elephant owner. The point is what it showed in this case. What difference between you just prompt it in the AI? That is different because if you just promise, there is no any man idea in this. But in the Naruto case, there is no man idea in this. But in the elephant case, there is man idea in this. This is the core principle of law. So right now, there are many designers come to talk. Okay, I think, and I use the AI to be a true as well. So should I have? I just copy and then I use the AI to generate to be a work. If you want copyright, I ask the reader. Law firm don't ask you a lot. Just ask, do you want a copyright? If you want it, you have to tell. You have to give the explanation. The human be the significant part of that job if you want to comply with the AI. For example, if I write the article, the AI should be used just like to collect the word, the sentences. That's it. And then copyright belongs to me. So this can apply in every works. And the last thing that I think I want to share to all of you is when the law be concerned about three things that I mentioned before. The first, standard, secondly, right, and the thirdly is about a human being. Because legal profession always really concerned about it. And why we have to address the message, you have to use AI as a tool, because we fear. We fear a man weaker. Because, some of you might use AI as a tool and you have the main idea and you can develop your work to be more efficient. But some people have the AI, they don't think anymore. They just use the AI without anything. We have a proof, we have a lesson. Because in the past, we are stronger, we got the muscle, right? But when we decide we have technology, same the body, we weaker, but the brain, we better. But right now, when technology AI is coming, we fear human less think. If human less think, what's going to happen? Because we have the anatomy to prove it, right? This is what really the legal profession really concerned about it. So the AI trend affect the law. Every area about law is blurred. It's not clear. Many countries just cannot pass the hard law, just pass the guideline, because AI is very complicated and they update day by day. So right now in the future, we just talk about we're gonna have the new law to handle new paradigm of learning by AI. It's not intellectual property law anymore. So that's what lawyers think about it. Thank you.
All right, a big thank you to Professor Tyrone for the insightful and informative sharing from the perspective of law. 好，那接下来呢，经过我们4场非常精彩丰富的演讲，我们要进到今天最后的交流语谈时间。
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we will proceed with the panel discussion. Please feel free to scan the QR code and submit your questions online. We will now invite our moderator to go back online, to go back on the stage. And all our 4 speakers, please also join us on the stage for the panel discussion.
教授来到台上。好，接下来
Please welcome Professor Chu from the Department of Architecture, Donghai University, Ms. Chu from Pega Design, Mr. Lin from Leotech, Ms. Rita Liu from Jammotion AI, and Professor Taran Kun-gurn from Kokan University. Thank you. We will now begin the panel discussion. I would like to thank the 4 speakers for their most insightful and most engaging presentations today. I know that we have already received a few questions for our speakers. But before that, I would like to ask Professor Kun-gurn.
I trained the monkey to take selfie, and
Okay.
I am the designer. I can claim my copyright, right? That's what you mean.
For sure.
Okay,
For
that's
sure.
what I will do. 我刚刚问的那个 Professor Tan 哦，那个
So I just asked Professor Tan if I train monkeys to take selfies. So, because I'm the trainer, so I am the owner of the intellectual property right. And I think this is a truly intriguing topic. And I think today's discussion was truly inspiring. we as designers or creators have all thought very long and hard about the adoption of AI in the design process and even the wider corporate world. I often have discussions like this with my design students or an architectural department students. About 2 days ago, this kid showed up my classroom and he had a long face. I said, "What's going on? I gave you 1 week to turn in your homework. Why couldn't you finish your homework?" He said, "Because ChatGPT was down. I was down this morning, so I wasn't able to use ChatGPT to do my homework." So I got really upset with this kid. And I think this really shows the challenge of the next generation. When you rely on ChatGPT or any AI regenerative tools, when the tools are not available or when the server is down, you don't know what to do. Like my student, he could not finish his homework. So, of course, you want to ask the question if AI helps you. So, are you the creator or is AI the creator? But let's set that discussion aside. When collaborating or co creating with AI, what is the biggest potential? What is the biggest challenge? For me, the biggest challenge, as you could see in my students, they have become servants to the AI. They are too dependent on the AI. We really need to be very cautious about that. So what is your individual experience? Maybe we will start. Any one of you can answer, because we'll have to leave some time for members of the audience to raise questions. But please just quickly respond to my question. Would anyone like to answer first? Maybe for Rita, you represent the gaming industry. I think the biggest challenge or problem we face, it only arises when we use it. Sometimes when we use the AI, it is not as great as it was advertised. Sometimes you use AI, you realize that it is at the end of the day just a tool. So the conclusion is it really comes down to how you use the AI. Sometimes it doesn't do what we want it to do. Sometimes you give it some prompt. You really want to ask the AI, just this is already good. I want you to change this part, not the rest. But the AI does not really listen or could not make the differentiation. So you get quite frustrated. Would you like to answer that question? I need to scan the QR code to see everyone's question. So please continue with your response as I scan the QR code for Slido. Yeah, in our line of work, we use AI to create images or proposals. I think the biggest problem is that we feel like we're 60% there. And when we ask the AI to make the changes, and the next image it recreates, it's back to 30% completion, and you get really frustrated. And then sometimes you don't know where you had gone wrong with the prompts. And the different AI models or tools are more suitable would work better with the different types of prompts. Before computer generated images were available, you had other challenges. But today we're facing different sets of challenges, meaning how to give very precise, accurate prompts, knowing which AI tools and models need what kind of prompts. So this would be the trend, and it will also be the challenge. Wow, I have received a great number of questions. They are from our audience members on site, and many of them are from our online audience members. Now, let's pick maybe one that maybe Jim could answer first. So Jim, from Leotech, we have this question regarding the traffic light. Your traffic light solution is really for maybe smart cities, maybe for municipal government. Now, is your solution being deployed in Taiwan? Where can we see your solution being deployed? Now, with the use of the smart traffic light, you will be collecting people's privacy data. How do you protect data privacy so that the data is not leaked or used illegally?
Thank you for your question. Well, first of all, this solution really needs a BOC because it's about safety and how we use the data. And Professor Chiu also touched upon this. I think the biggest challenge for us is data, collection of data. Because we need to train AI models, and we need the data. We need to collect data at the intersection where the traffic lights are installed, and this is a big challenge because as you can imagine, the government they are worried about privacy issue, and they're not sure if this POC will proof of concept will work. So we have spent much time working on this to gain the trust from the government and make sure that they can work with us. But and in Taiwan, we now have two sites for our field feasibility studies, and our biggest market is in North America. So we will also choose a few sites there for the experiment. And to answer this question about privacy, I also participated at ITS, a Smart Transportation Conference, and that was a big issue there among our discussion. So when we talk about collection of data, so we have collected the plate numbers and the human face, right? So and how can we use these, or how can we make sure that they're used in the right way? Well, the United States now they have information security regulations like ISO standards to make sure that when data is not breached during transmission. So, and for smart city, of course, for a smart city, information security is very important. And information security is also important for smart transportation. So that's also an important part of our consideration. I actually find two more questions online related to information security. So maybe Jim or Professor Kim Ray can talk more about this AI data and the privacy of these data. So after we collect the data, who can use them? The collector or those who provide the data? And how do you protect the data? I understand that the companies all claim that they will protect personal information, personal data, but it's just a claim. We do not know how they make efforts to make sure they're 100% safe. And if such data are concentrated in a few enterprise or a government, then what should we do? So maybe Professor Tenray can share with us your views on the legal aspects. And there is also a follow-up question. If AI generates some data, how do we make sure that they do not violate the copyright? I mean, if AI produce a massive amount of data, then how do you make sure that there is a human in the production?
Hello. Okay. I got the question. The first of all that I want to say, privacy is the cost that you want to pay if you want the smart city or you want something like kind of the smart comfortable, be more comfortable, and I think this is the duty of the country that you want to protect the privacy of the people, because privacy, we always have the privacy, but if you want your life more comfortable, for example, you can get in the prompt pay or the debit card. Privacy is not the cost that you have to pay. In this case, the question is, what should I do if the AI can come into the privacy or attract the data, right? This is right now, just right now, there are the protection by the private sector and public sector as well. The public sector have passed the law that the law is have the higher punishment is about the, if you make it illegal, you have to go to the jail, and then you will be fined higher, because the law that we talk about, we call the PDPA, right? The Data Protection Act law. This kind of the technical law. The technical law is not always come with the morality. So it is very easy to make illegal. Then the public sector have to raise the punishment very high to make the society aware about it. That's the first measure. And secondly, when the higher punishment can cause to the private sector, that I'm sure that every private sector had been forced to do some measure. For example, you have in your company, you need DPO, you need data protection officer, you have the construction to handle with the data. For example, it depends on the purpose of your company. If you are the financial company, it means you have the many transactions in one day. You have to set the high standard to protect the data by the regulation that lay the principle for this. For the people, AI, I used to do the research, that the government use the data to do the public policy by the data of people, right? But the thing that is very scary is we call that the social credit. I'm not sure that you ever know about the social credit before, but social credit is mean they collect the data. If this population do something good, they have the standard. They pay tax loss for lower or something like this. But the point is, some government in the world let the AI to be a part of make the judgment which one have a good mark or lower mark in the population. That's a very scary, and it's already happened on the world. But I think I shouldn't mention about it. But we have to trust the government. It's based on the discretion, and we have to have the way that we can check and balance for the government policy. And when it seems something abnormal, don't be ignorant. Just use your right to protect your right, because just only have your that can protect yourself right now. Okay.
Okay, thank you. It's quite clear. I think it's a very important issue in the future anyway. It's a prominent like a risk and issue. So every like company should be aware that, especially our government, 我们的政府应该要带头去做这个事情。
The government should take the lead, because AI can generate all kinds of content now, and there are many technical questions here which I skip for now, but here I want to ask a question on behalf of our online audience. So when you develop AI, do you have dedicated developers or researchers for AI in your respective companies? Or the designers themselves study AI and its relevant applications? And second question, after now that you are developing such technology, do you have like customized models at your company to perhaps predict future use case or future models? So Rita, maybe you go first and pass the microphone to others. Well, at the moment, GenMotion AI is focused on text to 3D animation. And we do have our own AI models. We have our AI engineers. And of course, we did not build the models from scratch because we're not OpenAI. So we rely on research reports to train our AI model and optimize the model so that it can enhance our efficiency in generating animations. And on the topic of intellectual property, this is related to the training we have done on AI models. So we thought about this since the very beginning because IP, intellectual property, is critical for a gaming company like ours. So when we train the models, all the data were generated by us. Because conventional law does not give you protection on intellectual properties for AI training. So we thought about this, and we want to present data for training. We want to make sure that we own the data to train AI models, and we videotape the entire process. And we also store the data to the blockchain to verify the owner. And only the IPR right holder can train the model. So we actually consulted the lawyers outside of Taiwan to make sure that what we have done is legal, and we use copyrighted data to train our model. And that also means the anything produced by the our AI model is appropriate. We don't need to worry about the IPR issue there. But of course, we hope that we will have laws and regulations, clearly defined laws and regulations for AI and its relevant applications. And so for AI, we have a research team that's research on 3D models and 3D animation and the technologies. Thank you. We are very lucky because Pegatron is a big corporation in Taiwan. We do design, manufacturing, and we have a department for manufacturing. So we have digital twins and AI agent, and all of these are owned by ourselves. I mean, we have our in-house software engineer, and at Computex this year, we also announced our cooperation with NVIDIA for a smart factory. And going forward, research, R&D, and design are also very important. So we want to introduce AI to various R&D departments. For instance, the simulation for heat dissipation. And we are building our AI platform internally. But because manufacturing makes the most money for the company, so we begin with the manufacturing department. And if you're interested in AI, well, we spend time on AI, and I understand that we cannot train an AI model solely on our own, but we try to find the appropriate AI tools for our design process.
外是最需要有一个专门
We will need people who know about AI to do the evaluation. The solution for traffic, the algorithms, these are rare. Sometimes you hear that a lot of AI's applications are used for other aspects in our life, but for the intersections, traffic, fuel, conversion rate, traffic light control, AI specifically for that purpose is relatively rare. So for us, we need to have a dedicated team to develop such AI tools. So we have to a certain degree, do it in-house. And AI data, or we need to really be able to determine whether the AI's numbers are suitable for the future prediction. That's why we need to conduct field tests. What this means is that now we have an algorithm, we have come up with the algorithm. We need to put it to test. Somebody will have to drive the car, and they will have to pass the lights and pass the sensors and devices to see if the algorithms really work well in real life. So this is to ensure that our algorithms embedded in our solutions are actually safe and actually works effectively. And we also do this in-house. So we write the predictive algorithms and test them out ourselves too. Now, last round of questions. I believe we have all the way until 4 o'clock. We have time for maybe just a few more questions. I have picked up a few questions here from Slido. For those of us in the design domain, we often talk about the originality of work when it comes to AI-human collaboration. With the emergence of AI, as long as people believe that as long as you can give prompts, you can make masterpieces. But is that really true? Now, in today's world, AI could realize your visions. AI could seemingly help designers enhance the quality of their work. So, if these hypotheses are true, what role does originality or creativity play? So when humans work with AI, does that enhance your originality? Or it doesn't? You have the same level of originality and AI enhances, or AI helps you realize that, comes up with more variety. What I'm trying to say is that people often talk about efficiency, but I want to talk about originality. How has the importance of originality changed in the context of AI-human collaboration? I think Professor Tingley could also comment on this. From the legal perspective, what constitutes originality? Maybe the professor could answer this question first regarding originality.
Hello. Okay, the question, I review originality and the AI impact is or not, right? In this question, we have 0 to 1 and 1 and apply 1 to 100. The originality is mean the 0 to 1. If you have the level, we call it in the legal term, we call it the creativity degree in law. We have the creativity degree. If you set 0 to 1, it means you created 100%. But if you apply the originality to the other version, that is not the same. We call that the apply work. But if you do something the same, it's copy, it's illegal in terms of IP law, right? So that mostly, if you use AI to do 0 to 1, it means there is no human involvement. But if you do something that's be a part of significant of your work, and then you use the AI to be a part, but it's not the important part, it means you also can get the copyright. So we have to consider it's very sensitive between the, but if you apply to the AI, the context have to come from the human only. A part, significant part have to come from the human only. But the AI is just kind of a little part that can make your works complete. In the IP law, there is something that you have to consider. The first, copyright. Secondly, patent. And the thirdly is about the trademark. And three things, there is no legal protection. It's not the same. I just talked to Rita last night. If you use AI to create the logo and then to make the registration, and then you can get the trademark. But about copyright, not the same. So it depends on which part that you choose. In the academic field, IP lawyer field, we always discuss about if AI can fill up the technology and then you use that paper to registration the patent, and this is the legal. So we have to focus which one that you choose is. Okay.
Got it. Thank you. 那如果从设计端的角度来看这个原创，我想要问一下那个宇浩这边。
Now, this question goes to Chu. How does AI affect originality? Before the invention of AI, people learned, borrowed ideas from each other. So sometimes it's very objective, very subjective. Sometimes you said, I hand drew this, but your inspiration came from somebody else. So where do you draw the line? AI painlessly and effectively comes up with so many images. So within our company, you need to make the determination. How you look at the image created by AI, then you add your own design element. That's what we ask everybody to do. AI could, in fact, for example, I give AI a sketch. You could render a 2D image or even a 3D rendering. It could help you. It's very helpful in that way. But you still need to make the final decision of what to keep, which one to choose. So from a designer's perspective, AI is just a tool. We are the decision makers, whether it's the determination of which aesthetic style to go for or which image to keep. Now you have 50 images generated by AI. AI is not going to pick it from you, so you have to make that decision. So it comes from your own aesthetic sensibility and your experience, and that's what matters. Thank you, Rita. I was told by the organizer that we are sort of running out of time and we need to wrap up soon. And regrettably, we will not be able to continue anymore. I would like to thank our panelists for joining us today. Today's discussion has been very fruitful and engaging. We have all talked thoroughly about the challenges and opportunities of AI. I would like to thank the four speakers once again for their participation and for their tremendous contribution to the conference today. So thank you, and I would turn it over back to the MC. Thank you, Professor Cho, for moderating the session. With that, we conclude the forum on the innovations and challenges in enterprise AI implementation. We would like to give our special thanks to those of you joining us on site and those of you joining us virtually. We would like to ask everyone to please scan the QR code and fill out our satisfaction survey so that we can improve our future events. Refreshments will be served after the conference. We invite everyone to stay for an opportunity to network. Tonight, we will be hosting the IDD event. For those of you who are not able to join us today, you can watch the live stream of the IDD event on our official YouTube channel. And the Taiwan Design Week exhibition will run until February 2nd, and we sincerely invite all of you to participate and to visit our Taiwan Design Week exhibition. Thank you, and we look forward to your participation next year.